Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to cover the various behavior aspects that you can create using the event types in the Action tab. So what are event types? Event types are specific behaviors that you will program within your interaction so that they will create a certain action. Something will happen, or you will ask for the learner to accomplish a certain action. In order to do that, first you have to go into edit mode. So I'll just double click to bring up the pop-up menu. And the event types are in the Action tab. Remember, we covered the Action tab earlier on, but we said that this drop down here was going to be part of a separate video. So this is what we're going to cover right here. Event type, this drop down menu. Now, if you click on it, there's multiple choices, which I will go through one after the other. Obviously, if you set it at none, your interaction will have nothing. It will just display the way it's supposed to be, but if you click on it, or it will not do anything special. Now, I have my first interaction here, which is a text box with some text in it. I'll go ahead and choose the first event type, which is click to open a web page. So I'm pretty sure you have a good idea of what that does. So once you select that, you can click on the clear value just to cancel it. But if that's a choice that you want, a new box will appear asking you for a website. So I will just enter a web address. So once your address is pasted, just click on save. And going here and clicking will open the page. So there's two things now. We'll see what the results look like. So if I go back, my interaction is appearing. Now clicking on it will not bring me to a web page. Why is that? Because we're actually in the builder. So clicking on it will actually give you access to the controls for the interaction. That's why we have a button right here that we did not cover before, which appears if you create an event type. This button will actually create the action that you are programming. So in this case, since it was to open a website, if you click on this button, it will open a website. So let's try it. And fair enough, we are in the Quantic help page. If we go back to our Quantic project now, you can preview the result of your action using this toggle in the builder, but you can also, if you want to have an idea, like a preview of what just it would look like as a learner going through all of the steps, you can also click on the Preview Publish tab, which will bring you to a preview. And now, since this is really like an image of what your course would look like in its final form, now if I click, just if I hover, you see that the hand is appearing. And if I click on it, I should go to the website. So it's one single click, and there we are. So those are the two methods to preview what your behaviors will look like using the event types. Now, since I'm in preview mode, I will go back by clicking on Add Pages. I'll go back in the builder. One way to know that you're in the builder is that you are going to have your tabs here, or if you go where there's an interaction, you will see all of the functions appearing. So this is to click to link to a website. Now, a small tip as well. If I go in it here and I go back to the website, I can also give an address of a PDF file. So if you host a PDF file on a server, which is actually a web address, you could also put an address that people would click in here, and it would bring them to a PDF to have some technical information. So this is a very powerful way as well to embed PDFs dynamically in your projects. They can click on it if they want. All right, so this is for the click to open a web page. Now, if we continue, I have a second interaction. So this one here is a circle with some text that says click to go back to the start. Now, if I click on edit and go in my action tab again, if I go in event type and choose the second behavior, this one says click to go to video time frame. So again, pretty easy to explain. clicking on this circle will bring me anywhere that I want on my timeline. So let's say, like the text says, click to go back to the start. Let's say I want to go just at the beginning where I start talking, which is at 4 seconds. Well, you see that when I chose that option, a box here appears allowing me to specify some time. I write down 4 seconds and it would bring me over there. Now I will show you this, but before showing it to you, you remember we saw the pause and continue playing option that we have here when interaction is shown. I'll give you an idea. The one before, like the video was pausing, I'll give you an idea what it looks like when you leave the video running. So instead I'll choose continue playing, and now a duration appear. And so let's let it roll for 6 seconds. And during that time, if I click on the button, it will bring me back to the beginning. So this is set up. I'll click on save. And we will go in the preview to see what it looks like. So I'll go where my interaction is. So you see my interaction appearing. And if I click, I go back at the beginning at 4 seconds. Now, this is a very powerful feature. The things you can do with this are really limitless because it really opens up a type of branching where you can really set up buttons and decide for the learner, well, go there. If you do this, click on this, and then you can go there. So you can start layering very neat branching inside of your video, not in outside pages, really inside your video. So this is a very cool little feature. And as you see, very easy to set up as well. All right, so moving on to the next one, we have a hotspot. Oh, I'm actually still in the preview, so I'll go back in the builder. So here we have a hotspot with a little eye icon to give specific information. So let's go edit that in action again. Now the event type, what is the next one? It's click to show a tooltip. So let's select that one. Selecting this actually makes a little edit button appear. Let's try clicking on it. This will open your tooltip. Now your tooltip is something that will appear whenever you interact with your interaction, in this case by clicking on it. So this is my tooltip. I could write some text. I can also format the tooltip any way I want. But you can see that a new tab is appearing, image video settings, because we still have the text settings and the appearance, but this one is new. Now, if I click on it, very simple, I only have a type to choose from. And so I can choose if I want to display an image or a video. Both are really done the same way. I'll show you the video first for the sake of this example. Clicking on it will bring up the library. And so if I decide to upload a video, let's choose one. I'll go in my library and grab a video. Let's go with the hammer. It shouldn't be too long, so you just have to wait for it to upload. Okay, so my video is uploaded and you can see it at the top left of my library. So I simply select that one and it appears in the player here. Now I'll resize it so that we see my text. But as you can see, a new box appeared as well, asking me where I want to position my text. I can position it at the top if I prefer. So let's do that. Resize my window. And again, I'm not going to do it here, but I can customize the appearance of my box as well. Well, I'll just choose a preset real quick. So let's do this, for example. All right, so this is it. This is set up for my video. Now, once I'm done, I only have to click on the close button. This window will collapse. And here I click on save to save my interaction with the tooltip on it. So let's see what it looks like. Playing. The hotspot is appearing. And if I click on it, well, for now, I'll use that function, the click to show tooltip. So that would be the same as clicking on that tooltip. My tooltip is appearing here with the video ready to play. As you can see, the video is playing. Now, this is how you set up video tooltips in Quantic. This is really an amazing feature. It has so many good sides to it. You can really give additional information, video information in your course, but tailored to every learner. For example, you could have a course where half of the people know how to properly nail a hammer, use a hammer, but the other half does not. Now, for the people who already know, it might be irrelevant information, but at the same time, if you skip that information, some people will miss out. Well, by setting up, for example, hotspot tooltips like this, you actually give the learner the choice whether or not they want to see that information. They might be like, oh, this is something I already know, I'll skip it. Or no, actually, this is something completely new. Let's see what it has to say. So again, it's really empowering the learner through certain gamification aspects. So this is for the hotspot tooltips. Now, if I click on this again to collapse it, I'll go to my next interaction, which is an image. And this one, we will again do another one in the list. So let's go into edit, action, event type again. We'll drop down to see the other choices, hover to show a tooltip. Now, this is exactly the same as the previous one, so I'll do it rapidly. You just click on it. You click on edit to create your tooltip. I could write some text, but I'll just go ahead and choose an image. You choose your image from your library. So let's take the city. And then click on close and save. And now, whenever I will hover, I will see my tooltip like this. Let's go see in the preview mode what it looks like. So in the preview mode, I'll check my interaction, which will appear. My image appears, it pauses, and if I'm hovering, I am seeing the image right away. I could add some text as well so that when you hover, you have some additional info, but then you can move out really quickly. I mean, you see how quickly it is to just set those up. It's amazing. Okay, so if I go back in the builder, I'll show you one last example by going through our last behavior. And so if I take that same image and double click on it, actually, hold on, I will cancel. Before that, I will create a new interaction. So this interaction will be a hotspot. So I created my hotspot here. And this, I'll start by changing the color. Let's put it blue. Oh, maybe not that one, sorry. This one, put it blue, okay. And if we go in the action, event type, again, the last one is click to resume video. So let's choose that one. It's very straightforward. If you click on that hotspot, the video will resume. I'll just finish, okay, I'll finish setting that up first because I want to change the appearance. I will change it, the icon of the hotspot to be more relevant. So let's click that play button here. Now having this, if I click on save, I just set up here a play button. Now this is why it's very interesting. It's because you're going to set up interactive courses, but if the video pauses, the learner might not have as a reaction to immediately resume the video. He might be, well, what's happening? Do I have to wait for something? Just going and clicking on the play button here might not be the first intuitive thing he will do. However, if you set up a nice play button here and add some text, the learner will know that, okay, after seeing all the information that I need, I can click on that play button and continue the video. So again, this is to reinforce really the interaction, the gamification aspect of your courses very easily. So let's go see what that looks like. If I go back in the preview again, I'll go see my interaction. So the video is pausing, and once I've seen all my information here, I can simply go here and click, and the video will continue. So this is really good for setting up all of your branching and controlling the pace. So this is it for all of the behaviors. Now I'll just show you a nice little tip at the end on how to set up kind of the events so as to make like a really nice interactive experience in a very short amount of time. So let's say I want to put all of those into practice. If I come back here, I already have my play button set up. I'll move it just a little bit higher. Now, what I was doing earlier was creating hotspots to show video tooltips. Well, this is the perfect example where we could use that. We have 3 types of tool. What would be the best way to use them? So if I go ahead and add interactions, clicking on hotspots, I will add additional interactions. One for the hammer. Let's change the color again. We'll put this one in red, maybe to put more emphasis. Put it smaller, like this. And we can leave the icon like that. And in the action, we will create a video tooltip like we did just before. So again, in event, click to show a tooltip. I will go ahead and edit the tooltip. Now, in the appearance, real quick, we'll just make it look like this, or maybe that. Yes. One more thing as well, worth noting: there is an additional parameter here that will not appear in other instances of the appearance tab. It's the tooltip position. You can choose whether it appears on the left, the right, top, or bottom. But for me, for now, I will leave it to the left since I have more space. So if I go in the image video settings, click again on type to choose if you want a video or an image. In my case, I will again create a video. I had my hammer video before that I uploaded. It's already in my library, so I will simply double click it to load it in the bay. Resize the player a little bit. Actually, just add some text. This is how to properly use a hammer. Okay. I'm done for my first tooltip. So really quickly, I just click on close, click on save. And now I'll do this for the other 2 tools right here. It's the exact same operation, so I won't go through the same process because it might be a little long. I'll set this up and I'll come back with you very shortly. Okay, so we are now only a couple of minutes later, and already I've set up the 3 video tooltips. You saw how quickly it was to set up the first one for the hammer, so we have another one for the other 2 tools. Now, the only last step that we have to do is to maybe just give some text to give some context. So I will add a text box, change its appearance very fast, and just write click on the play button to continue your course. Resize the text box to make this fit, maybe like this. Put it in there. Maybe that would be 4 lines would be better, maybe. So I'm doing this really quickly. You just click on save. And there you have it. You have your info. Click on the play button to continue your course. You can write anything you want in there. I'm just doing this really quickly. Maybe that's not the best text, but that will do for now. So we have our little scenario set up here in a matter of minutes. Let's go in the preview and see what it looks like. So if I go and test this out, I can see I have my image with my 3 tools. And if I click on each one, you can see that the video is starting. If I click on the next one, sorry about the volume. And so you could have your proper videos laid up like this. And once you're good to go, then you can click on the video and the video will resume. So there you have it. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Really quickly, you can set up a little scenario like this with the events. I mean, again, the possibilities are endless. It's We're talking about gamification, branching, extra information depending on the desires of the learner. All of these are very, very important tools for the new world of tomorrow in terms of learning. And this is it. I hope you enjoyed what we've worked really hard to put in place.